Hey Cosmic, nice to see you here. And I guess it can be a crusty crab if you wanted to. In fact, maybe that's something we should build in Holy. I should have moved my camera around a bit more before starting the stream to let areas load a bit. Sorry, one moment, just flying over here, because usually my game gets a bit smoother if it loaded all of this in. Let's see if this is gonna be a bit smoother. We are gonna continue with our botanical garden. We've been on for a long time. And we even have a cute logo for it now. Cause we're getting to the finishes. Well, I can give you a tour if you want. I don't think there's many people here yet. And thank you, very, very much appreciated. We've been building on this for a long time. I mean, we really do like to detail hard on this. And it's a chaotic kinda woke redneck city with some nice areas like this one where we actually have some proper mansions. But then most of our city is a lot more this kind of vibe. So very rednecky, very run down, very... I mean, I think it's very cute. I don't think this is a bad town to live in. But it is a special town to live in, let's say it that way. I think to live in Las Vegas, you have to be a bit crazy at least. But yeah, this is, I guess, I never know how to do proper showcases. I actually was wondering, because our city is a bit too big for real showcases nowadays. And I actually would like to showcase some things in more depth sometime. I might introduce a new redeem for the channel to not have a city tour, but have a district tour. Because our districts are all not super small, but also not super big, so I can actually go a bit more in depth, so showing something. And I guess a long town review, while I would like to do that, at least for the people who watch me a bit more often, is gonna be a bit boring. But then if it's just specific areas, then I actually think that's not a bad idea. Also, actually, talking with you about districts, there is something I desperately want to do. Because this district is not really to my liking. I think we're gonna make Lost Canyon actually just this canyon area, maybe together with the farms. And then I want an actual district for our botanical garden. And welcome in Elgendo, welcome in Trash Can. I'm so bad with shoutouts. For once I'm gonna give shoutouts, and I'm actually silly because I should have done that before. But it's not you, cute Trash Can, getting the shoutout yet. It's actually our cute Cosmic Sunday, because he's also a city streamer. And I have not attended too many streams yet, but they are very cute. And Twitch actually gave me, I'm not sure if that's an automatic thing, but told me that I do too little shoutouts in the dashboard, which is absolutely correct. I never remember to do so. I always tell people to check people out, but then actually forget to properly shout out people. I believe though there is there a cooldown on it? We're learning together. I'm a horrible streamer, bear with me. Yes, okay, I can't shout you out as well, Trash Can. Oh, nice to have you here. And I went in and worked a bit on this, because in the last... Yeah, it said the shout out is on cooldown for 1:30, so I guess in total 2 minutes or something. But we've been building these weird meteor kinda crater something the last time, without being too sure about it. And Elgendo kept telling me that I should maybe turn this into a museum or something proper. And I kinda gave in, Because while I really think our meteor crater by now, where it's a bit properly detailed, does look very cute, it looks a bit too mechanic and artificial for an actual meteor. So we turned this into some fancy, and all credits belong to Elgando, because he had this idea to turn this into a cute kinda meteor museum, I guess. And we built this staircase up here, and I walk away over, and we have an entrance here. I guess no windows in there, but we don't really have anything I could do the windows properly with. So I think we're gonna stay with something like this. I've been trying around if I have a proper way to properly add some windows, but I didn't love it. And then I think what we're mainly gonna work on today is this weird area, which I think maybe Mr. Trash Can would actually agree with me, because I said that last time on stream that in Germany you'd have some weird place in every park or every open space, at least in the past, where you have some outdoor houses like this, and they're meant as a nice rest place for families having picnic, and in reality they're used for people as a public toilet and for teenagers to sit in and drink beer and smoke pot. So not saying that's a good thing to do, but we are absolutely gonna have pesky troublemaking teenagers taking over this area and, well, do bad things like graffiti and trash our cute botanical garden with trash and all of that. So mainly we're gonna focus on this area. I don't think we're gonna take too long with it, and then we're gonna go really in detail and start actually finishing this area up. I redid some areas already. For example, this plaza is a lot more, I think, alive now. It's not much, but we ended some more shopping, some benches, some signage like this. And then we have to go through all of these areas and play some sims and add some small last layer of detail, so we're actually finally 100% happy with this. And finish up, because I want to use all of this botanic garden for the moose build-off, in case anybody's not aware. Canadian Moose, another great city streamer, is doing a build-off competition, and I want to enter this, and it ends in the end of the month, and I like to do holidays, so I am in holidays in the end of the month, so I will have to finish this sometime in the next week or 10 days or something. And I want to take proper screenshots and maybe short video or something as well. I mean, everybody should know Canadian Moose. And give me a second, now I can properly do it. Cause I don't usually, and this is meant as a big compliment, Trash Can, I don't usually like variety streamers. And you do have some games you main, but I would say you're generally a variety streamer, and one of the very few people who I enjoy watching variety games. Usually I pretty much stick to city streams otherwise. But yeah, highly recommend. One of the few nice Germans I've ran into in the cities community. And let me catch up on chat real quick. And nice, you like the sphere. And what do you mean with get the assets? You would have to clarify what assets, so I can tell you where they are from. Well, and I mean, of course, we still have our bear. We have our cute bear cave here. In fact, even this bear cave, I did some slight surfacing in the area as well. We should actually give this another layer with some more vibrant plants as well, but slowly getting there. And for some reason, our bear actually seems to have a chicken friend, because I would have assumed our chicken to get eaten, but that did not happen, so I guess we still have our bear and his cute chicken friend. And what made me came up with the idea of this town is not really anything specific, because I don't really build after anything. I don't build after Google Maps, or I very rarely look at Google Maps. My inspiration is Arizona, because I used to live a year in Arizona as a kid, and I have many like faded childhood memories. And then I guess Mexico from traveling, and then there's a lot of GTA inspiration and pop culture, and just a wild mix of everything, I guess. So nothing too specific. I just build anything I have as an idea, and then we try if we can make it look good, and if we can, then we like it and we keep it. And if we can't, then we delete it again and build something else. You guys are cute. I've never been cute in my life. This is worth harsh accusations, and I'm not standing for any of it. Never have been cute, never will. I think there is 2 people in the world that think I qualify as being cute. And one of them is probably my mom, and the other one is probably my girlfriend. But outside of that, I think that has been the entire list. Hello, Matt. Wait, well in here. Well, see, there is somebody in chat who's saying I'm cute, and is literally one of the 2 persons I just listed. So I'm not too surprised about that. And welcome in, Matt. I guess this is gonna be hurtful for Matt, because I know Matt absolutely loves trains, and I guess we're kinda bullying trains. Not because we dislike trains, it's just, I don't know, trains have accidents sometimes, nothing I can do. And I think Matt is probably the best judge on this again, because he's an absolute train knower. Is this somewhat realistic, how the start of these wagons are crashed? Because I have not looked at any pictures, but whenever I remember like a train crash or anything from a news report or something like that, I think the end is often a bit shoved up like this, and then in the front it's kind of squeezing against each other because of the pressure, and then obviously ignore the first 2. Those we still have to place properly. But beside that, I'm wondering if this is somewhat okay as a train crash. Why am I talking you dirty like this? I'm talking you up here. You're the absolute...
Oh, that's cute.
Mister, I know trains better than everybody else. Well, but I've been talking you up, not talking you down, obviously. Anyways, how cute you are, I figured you probably know all about railing people, so I guess this is a derailment, but close enough. And welcome in, Gaga. Have a nice evening. Honestly, while I just gave a shout out to Twitch streamers, and I guess they also very much deserve it, I should also shout out Elgando and Gaga, because Gaga is making all of these dank-ass surfaces, these nice green surfaces we're layering here, or these rocky surfaces we're layering on our cliffs. And they're wonderful, everybody should get them for themselves, because their city is gonna look a lot cuter. And Elgando obviously makes a lot of cool things, but the coolest thing in this entire park are the passes, and they are all Elgando certified. So both of those guys are always very appreciated in my chat, because they're a big reason on why my city looks as okay-ish as it does by now. I mean, I'm sure the Narcos intro is gonna play any moment. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Narcos are the ones derailing this train, because maybe there's been something in here that they were interested in. But then, I don't know. I'm just a major, and the narcos pay me well, so I'm not asking too many questions. And after our train expert felt attacked by getting called train expert, I will have to figure myself how this maybe can look somewhat logical. I am indecisive. I don't really, as always, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I guess all of the other ones were flipped. Maybe we don't want all of them flipped back to back. So maybe this one we actually bring back up. Now we definitely have to adjust this a little. Is this fine with the ground? Kinda, not really. I mean, at least to somebody who knows nothing about trains like me, this looks somewhat realistic. Probably to people with some knowledge about the subject, it doesn't, but then good enough. Well, and I guess playing the Tropico soundtrack is also helping that vibe, because there is no game as corrupt as Tropico, so pretty much fitting it. And I do think, because now we have this one turned up again, I would like if this one kind of like pushed over the train. So I think this train we're actually gonna throw over. And there is a bit of a hill here, so we don't have to entirely throw it over, but kind of somewhat angle it like that. Bear with me, I know this looks silly now, and it's probably gonna look silly in a second as well, but maybe a bit less so. Okay, something like this maybe, if we find a proper angle. I mean, it's sand. I don't even mind if it's like actually slightly digged in there. It's an entire heavy train. It obviously would dig itself kinda in there. And now, yes, we have to like really get this overgrown and shitty and run down and work it up a bit. I mean, again, I have bad news for you. While I do ask you for net lanes and all kind of cool things all the time, you're not even getting food for it. So I guess very, very true to the actual lore. I'm letting you down heavily here. And yeah, I mean, it is, you guys who watch me a bit more often are not surprised what's happening now. We are gonna pube out all of this area with ground vegetation. We already have some slight layer of ground vegetation here that we done kinda went like just throwing down the area real quick. But we definitely gonna have to go back in here and give some proper intended and nice looking ground vegetation, especially around these trains. Like, I don't want this to be a recent train crash, right? There is nothing here anymore, just that Los Vagos has no interest in removing this, and the train company, I guess, went out of business when this happened. So we do really want this run down and a bit trashed. Honestly, just like I have in my title, like the terrible teenagers vandalizing our poor Los Vagos. At least it's in the very last and hidden part of the Botanic Garden, where they don't bother people too much with what they're doing here. And Gaga started, well, actually there is a few exciting things happening in the cities community right now. One thing that actually I was talking about last stream, and then after last stream, Starq messaged me and told me that he's close to being done with them. And he did send a version of functional modular blocks that are not like specialized industry, but they produce the same resources. So we can finally get rid of these horrible looking, just thrown down, never detailed mines here. And once he finalized it, we can properly go and work out these mines. And I think he's kind of close, so probably after my holidays, this is one of the things we're gonna dive into. And I'm really looking forward to building out these mines, because I think it kinda is an old rundown mining town, at least in my head. And I've been really looking forward to it. I just hate the surfaces of the specialized industry, so we didn't touch it yet. And the second one is something Gaga is mainly doing, because I asked Sully for a write-down on publishing Right Everywhere stuff a while ago. And he said, sure, he'd do so. And then we kept talking, and I kept complaining about all of this being hidden in weird discords and so inaccessible to the public. And Cities 2 not really being used with a wiki like many other games. And Gaga did start filling very slowly and in the first child steps, but filling out some pages on the CS2 wiki about especially mods. So maybe eventually we can get the entire community to properly use a wiki together instead of hiding all of the nice knowledge about mods and building assets in Discord channels. Well, you better don't feel pressure, Gaga. We only expect the best of you. Now we're putting it out there. You better deliver, else I'm gonna un-VIP you in my chat. Which seems like no loss at all. In fact, probably better to not be associated with me. And welcome in, Andy. Have a nice evening. Whenever Andy comes in, I'm both happy and sad at the same time, because Andy plays CS1. And while I never really played CS1, I sometimes watch Andy playing CS1, and he has so many things in his game that I am very much jealous about. That I can't stop being a little salty, at least. Okay, sorry, I had to fix that real quick, because that was not perfection, and we want perfection. So I think I actually really like the layout. One thing I obviously don't like is the colors. I do like the brown, but well, maybe that's realistic. But I don't think usually the trains are all in the same color, the wagons. We generally have some mix in there. So we're gonna spice this up a little. Not much. I want this to be pretty tame, but maybe some slight variation. Hey, Brun, nice to see you here. How are you doing on this wonderful, lovely evening? And Brun, I have to both compliment as well as critique you. All of your latest builds have been absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I have been blessed to see all of them. But you need to fix your parking lots. I cannot unsee it after I notice it. All of your cars are stuck in the ground or kind of floating or under Earth. And now I notice it, I just can't unsee it. It's not possible anymore. Is this enough already? I mean, it's very little variation if I look at this, to be honest. But again, it's not like trains are colorful or anything. They do have some color in them, but not too much. Guess one out of these we should still color, and then I think we are good enough. I will keep calling you out, or you will have to. I will keep calling you out till you fix it. Because beautiful builds, they deserve proper non-flying cars as well. What are we gonna turn this into? Maybe also green, but a bit lighter one, but I don't want it to be so vibrant. Something like this, maybe? Why can't you recreate this? I'd be curious what in CS1 does not allow you to do something like this. Well, I mean, okay, I like the sound of that. Well then you should watch Brune's newest video. Because honestly, I would have imagined something like this to easily be possible in CS1 as well. I didn't, at least thinking about it, I don't know what would stop you. And at least in my head, all of the trains in the US or Canada, the diesel engines like this, feels like they're all red. Again, probably they would be more vibrant in real life, but I do want this to be a little rundown, so we are gonna keep it very plain. Maybe actually we should give this a different color. Curious. I mean, in vanilla CS2, this would also not be possible. But it's pretty much one of the things I use the very most when detailing, and it's this transform tool from Extra... Is it called Extra Detailing Tools? Extra Transform Tools? I don't even know. I think Extra Transform Tools, but a nice Triton mod. And yeah, you can move everything super accurate and in small increments, so worth a lot, honestly. And bear with me, this area, I never have a clue of what we're doing, really, beside thematically and vibe of what I want to get to. So we are gonna have to figure this area slowly together, so it's probably gonna take us a moment to really dive into this. And I think there is probably not gonna be super much happening here beside honestly really overgrown vegetation, so it's gonna be more vegetation than elsewhere. And then we're gonna have to work on really running this down, getting this a bit trashy, and then a lot of graffiti and stuff on the trains. Yeah, no worries. And I guess we also definitely want to rock this out more. Also, why are you here? You're not part of my vegetation, so get out. Looking at these, one thing I definitely notice is these greens are too... Yeah, why is this a different one? I mean, actually I do like it's different, but it has to be less saturated. This, maybe? It's too vibrant. I don't like how vibrant this was. Like, it seems too new, too freshly installed. This is better already, but even those, I think we want to desaturate those even further. And I know I'm really much nitpicking here, but this entire build, I'm for once aiming to actually build something proper. So we are gonna go everything multiple times and recheck what we're doing, and if we're actually happy with it. I didn't really say anything in the last 3 minutes because of the ad break. Usually when there is an ad break, well, I still say things, but nothing of importance. Not that I ever say anything of importance. And I guess it's a bit illogical, but then looking at this, I actually do think I want at least 1 or 2 junk cars in here as well. Yes, makes no sense. I'm painfully aware, but then who knows? Maybe somebody drove here in that night and dropped off his shitty car to get rid of it. In my head, it makes sense. If you look at the map and figure where this is and that there is no road leading here, then yeah, I guess doesn't make so much sense. But fine enough. It's Los Vagos. We don't care. This is not the right way. This is the right way. See, this is exactly what I guess you can't do in CS1. And I think in CS2 it's a really powerful tool. Because even just layering this slightly, it does fit a lot better. It does seem like it's a lot more actually part of the scene. Even this one, we should do the same and slightly, I always forget the axis, slightly layer it this way. It's just a slight level of realism it adds, does, I think, elevate the picture pretty much. Sense. Yeah, this is supposed to, well, not really mimicking anything, like we've influence from many different countries in there, but yeah, our main inspiration and source of making fun of is the US. I believe extra detailing tools, now I'm thinking about it again, it's not extra transform tools, extra detailing tools. Really great mod, like everything that Triton makes, really, so no surprise there. But it's goddamn powerful. And on one thing I actually need your guys' input, and it's if we look at this train here, clearly the derailment has been a while ago, right? This is all overgrown. But would it make sense, even after a long time like this, that some of the trees, not all of them, especially not the smaller ones, but like a bigger one like this, take it and move it a bit closer, would, hold on, this be the right thing to do? Not super extreme, maybe this is even too far already, but to still show some of the consequences of the actual derailment on the nature here. Who did this mod? I did this mod. I maybe you're joking, maybe you aren't, but I made all of these graffitis. Which it's a bit confusing because sadly you can't change your name on PDX mods, and I am silly and take different weird nicknames for everything, so I'm called Senior Tonti on PDX instead of b00tyaddict. And I'm mainly gonna use this graffiti. I actually think I made better graffiti packs in the past, so this is not one of my preferred ones. But then since this is for the Moose build-off, I know who are the judges of the competition, and I'm gonna be an absolute, well, in Germany we would say Arschkriecher, which would, I guess, translate to butt crawler. Doesn't really add up, I guess, but I'm gonna try to sway them on my side like the corrupt bitch I am, and put their graffiti everywhere here, so they're more inclined to like my build. Yeah, that's why I put it only on a slight angle, because I agree this is not with my airplane crash that we did. Please don't crash all the way over here. This one I imagine to be very recent, right? So this one, we actually do have like thrown over trees, lying everywhere, and like really an aftermath of a fresh crash, right? It's still smoking with like service personnel here. Ars liquor. That sounds also something that most British people would say, so not a surprise that it's coming from Sunny. Also welcome in, Sunny. Nice to see you here. But yeah, I guess.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Welcome in so much, and thanks so much for the raid. It's actually funny because I was watching Shilka himself like yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. And I very much enjoyed being in your chat, and especially enjoyed looking at your old CS1 build that you sent out. And yeah, not too much longer, and you're here. But yeah, everybody check out Shilka. Seems like you're just getting back into CS2. I'm not entirely sure about that, but it seems like you're just really diving into mods. And I can tell you, if you look at this city, we play, well, I guess this is not a city, this is just our word farmland. But we play very much highly detailed in here, so if you have any questions about mods or detailing or anything you should get or wanna get, gladly ask. And I'm sure maybe even many of you know Shika, because I have never really played CS1 or not cared about CS1 and its community. So everything prior to when I started the game, which was like 10 months ago, has absolutely no meaning for me, and I'm clueless about it. But yeah, we're building these very weird, crazy desert, I don't know, oasis, crazy town. I guess we have a palace for the corrupt major. I don't know who the corrupt major would be, surely not me. And then a lot similar things to that. And thanks so much for the follow, Introxity. I hope I didn't butcher that name too bad. But yeah, it's some crazy desert redneck. Hold on. We have something here that's not optimal. Why are you here, Mr. Sign? You are not wanted.
That's cute.
Even this sign is absolutely not wanted. But yes, I enjoy detailing. I enjoy taking my time and being slow and really going into the nitty-gritty. And lately we've been, because I know that you were in Moose Discord as well, and started interacting with Moose a bit. And Moose is hosting a build-up competition right now. And that build-up competition is about parks and plazas and parking lots. And I always wanted a nice botanical garden in my city, and we have been working on this botanical garden. See, that is so absolutely, that is really curious. That is literally just me having no clue of the past, because I could tell from the CS1 builds you shared in your chat with me, Shilka, that you have been an absolute god gamer at CS1 in the past, so I'm sure your CS2 builds will also be coming out great. But yeah, we've been working on this for a long time. And what do you mean build a quarry? This build is... I started streaming on the second play session of this build, and I think I'm streaming for 5 months now. So roughly 5 months. I could look it up in my Twitch, like see when I did my first stream, and then we can tell how old this build is. Because like 2 days older than when I started streaming, so like 4 or 5 months. I don't really stream too regularly or on a schedule, but yeah, we have sunk a lot of time in this. So yeah, I'm definitely slow. I usually every stream we build like a small area like this, right? Sometimes we get a bit more done But generally, it's like the last stream, for example, we built this watchtower area here. With, I mean, actually, with obvious flaws. Why are these rocks here? This is embarrassing. Don't embarrass me in front of my cute viewers. This is not the level of perfection we strive for. Okay, now, hold on, not yet. Now, this is a cute watchtower area we built, and we've been building out this weird, I don't know, I wanted it to be a meteor crash. I guess by now it more turned into a meteor museum, I guess, but some kind of weird botanic garden museum. And absolutely have a wonderful full evening, Brune, and thank you for tuning in. And you mean those wrecked cars here, right? I assume. Because if so, they are base game, but they are part of the San Francisco DLC. Which really, the only reason to get the San Francisco DLC is that you get those... You get the broken cars, these, and then you get, I think, this trash pile, and... Well, there is a bigger one, but yeah, this trash pile. So you get 6 nice meshes. And you get the Golden Gate Bridge, and you get a map that I probably will never touch or load into. So, does it make sense to buy the San Francisco DLC? Absolutely not. Does it make sense to buy the San Francisco DLC if you really want to build a cute city and a junkyard? Then sadly, yes. Yeah, it is a paid DLC, one of the very earlier ones. It has been out before I started the game, really. But yeah, I don't know, like, if you really are addicted to this game, and I'm very much not only addicted to booty, but also addicted to playing Cities Skylines, then I guess it kinda is worth it for you. But from a what are you getting for your money perspective, definitely don't buy this. And what did you mean with the query, Sunny? I was overread it and then did not revisit it because I did not really build a query yet. I'm planning to build a query, but I'm waiting for StarCube to give us some modular blocks that work like specialized industry and let you produce rocks and oil and coal and whatever else we have in our special industries without getting all of the shitty auto-spawning buildings and the ugly surfaces. And the moment we get this, we are gonna build an actual proper quay. Because yeah, I guess this is a bit in the vibe of a quay as well, but not really meant to be that, just meant to be a cute botanic garden. Oh, actually, off stream, I went a bit overhead. Nobody's ever gonna look at this, but so you guys have to look at it with me now. Not only did we detail all of the botanical garden, I don't know why I do this, but I love this game. I detail everything. We also detail the inside of this building after I found out that I can't go in here with a camera. I was like, okay, even though nobody's ever gonna see what we did in here, I kind of went overboard. It's not great detailing, right? The main purpose of this to shine through on the outside very slightly, because yeah, you can see the colors inside. You can see that it's green, you can see that it's a bit yellowy. And we had, because we're using a lot of the StarCube modular blocks to get people in this area. And we had a big white block here in the middle, and you could see that from the outside, and it looked horrible. So we hid it under this bush, and when I did that, I was like, okay, why not properly detail it? And I guess I'm saying you can't see it, you can kinda see it. If you pay close attention, and you see even people walking around in there, and going in there, so yeah, again, probably a bit overboard, but I always go a bit overboard. Oh, and we finally use some of our very, very old decals that I made a long time ago and the Chicks and Recreation. Because my very first city was called Chick to Go. What an absolute silly name, but my nickname on Twitch is not better, so no surprise, I guess. And I really like Parks and Recreation, so I had to make that decal. And finally, here we had some good use for it. And I'm gonna be absolutely shameless while... Oh yeah, all of the grass stuff you're seeing? Yes, totally. All of this, like I do this super much. I don't really have vegetation like you guys had in CS1, right? I can't import anything vegetation-wise, so I have to make do with the little we have, and none of this is really desert fitted. But then, if you take, well, this is probably my very favorite. If you take this one and just sunk it into the ground a bit, 10 out of 10 weird deserty fern plant. Or if you take this one and turn the age on old and slightly sink it into the ground, I think it makes for some great dry grass. And this one as well, really nice if you lower it into ground quite far and then use it. I mean, we do have some randomly placed, I don't even know where, but yeah, we have some randomly placed oil extractors. But I agree with you, Elgando. We will somewhere eventually get a proper build out oil field as well. I was a bit, because Suli made an oil field video and I don't like to build what other people are building or have been recently. So I'm probably gonna wait a bit with that till people forgot that Suli built an oil field. And I can shamelessly steal all of Suli's good idea and pretend they are mine. So you have to wait a little bit at least. And what I was about to say before I showed about the sunken bushes, since I know you're looking for mods right now, Shilka, and I hope I don't totally butcher your name, but the only mods I'm doing, well, a few signs, but ignore the signs, they're not important. What I can highly recommend you is a lot of, you said you like murals, for example, we made a lot of murals for our art exhibition here. This is a lot of cool murals, I think, and we did a lot of graffiti and tags and other kind of weird, small artsy stuff. I think it's very easy to tell in my town that I'm really into urban and street art. So if you're looking for any of those, check out my PDX account, which is sadly not called b00tyaddict because I can't change it, but it's linked on the about page of my Twitch if you're looking for it. No, this is just pillars, and then I build assets myself. Like I have those in my Discord. This is just staircase, and then these I call Cities Staircase, and it's just a few things I uploaded in my Discord to build this, but then it's assembled all by hand. I would like to hover over the pieces and show them to you, but because there is decals everywhere, I cannot touch anything in this area anymore. It's a bit overbuilt, but it's basically just pillars reassembled, like the boring gray bridge pillar. One here, and I guess because this is supposed to be an overgrown area, we're actually gonna go in here and have some kind of medium-high overgrownness, especially close to this train. And then probably I'm gonna, in a few minutes, tell you guys I'm silly and we should have put graffiti and tags on there first. But thinking ahead is not one of the things we're doing in this channel, so I don't mind. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm saving, I should say, I was gonna say I'm saving regularly enough, but we have not saved since we started streaming, which is like an hour ago. So yeah, you're right, I probably shouldn't break anything. And I also, it's so funny because everybody in my chat seems to appreciate this playlist, and it's so funny because really I love this playlist. But the only reason we're listening to this is because City Planner played some Tropico, and I played Tropico years ago, and I love the music in Tropico. And after he was playing it, I was like, oh my god, we have to listen to that on stream because it seems like the perfect playlist for Los Vagos, and it indeed is just wonderfully fitting. Hey Clovis, welcome in here. Hope you're having a nice evening. And since today, for once, I've been doing somewhat okay with shouting out people, and Clovis definitely should get shouted out more by me because he's very much the most supportive shouting out and support man out there. If you enjoy city streams, then you should definitely also check out Clovis, who's building some very cute and nice things. And I enjoy watching Clovis because honestly I can only always repeat myself, and I mean this as a big compliment. It is super fun to watch Clovis grow. Because I think I can literally, even in the short time I've been watching you, so like, I don't know, half a year, 4 months, I can always see how you're getting better every single time you're playing the game. And it's very much delightful to see how you're learning more things and your builds are getting cuter and cuter in the meanwhile. One thing that I'm already not looking forward to, or two things actually, is there is two things we're gonna have to do in all of this botanic garden later to get the build to a point where I'm actually gonna be happy with it. Well, I should say three things. The thing I hate the very most is that we're gonna go through and recolor the rocks a bit like we have here. We don't need, I want one more color. Here we only have 2 additional ones, probably 1, 3 or 4. But to give the rocks a bit more feel and love. But yeah, you guys are gonna have to watch me recolor rocks for a long time. And the second thing is placing sims, like we already did here. We did so in a very few areas in our botanic garden. But most of them are absolutely untouched, and I hope you guys are looking forward to me placing sims and recoloring rocks for hours. Well, I think Clovis is like more the age-wise, Clovis is probably more my puppy and also very cute and supportive with me. But then I have proud feelings towards anybody in the cities community. If they build cute builds, my biggest joy at playing this game is seeing people put out nice screenshots and looking at them. So if anybody of you wants to make me happy, join my Discord and post screenshots of your cities in there to make my day.
That's cute.
And welcome in, Rick. Nice to see you here. See? Getting there slowly. The last judge in the competition is Picana, so we also need a Picana decal here. And then actually, I think instead of liking our judges and making a good word for them, I think we're probably gonna place 5 teenagers in this area, and obviously those 5 teenagers are Moose, City Planner, Place, Cuboid, Ponderosa, and Picaner. And I'm gonna blame those judges for trashing my cute botanical garden. So they have to give me the win, because they broke my build, really, so least they can do is let me win the competition. And welcome in Chaos, wonderful to see you here. Hope you're having a nice Feierabend. I don't know the actual word for that in English, so sorry for switching to German real quick, but Case is German as well, so he knows what I mean. Am I blind? Have I scrolled over Picana? There is Picana graffiti. Oh, here is one, but this is a very small one. We're gonna also use this, but we're gonna use this in a less obvious place. We're only gonna use the graffiti of those 5 guys here, but I want a big Picana graffiti, which we should also have somewhere. This one. Nice. And actually, since they're the judges, I can't really cover it too much. Maybe some... Yeah, god damn it. This actually fits really nice. Well, Fire Evening. I guess that's an absolute 10 out of 10 German translation. I agree, that's perfect. I mean, Elgando, I also know nothing about this stuff, so you're not alone at least. Let's see what other nice graffiti we have of just them. We're just looking at graffiti of Musi. Can get another one here in the back. We're also gonna add a lot of tags and stuff, so it's not like we're only gonna have their graffiti on here. But at least the big pieces we're gonna dedicate to them, so we can pretend they are the teenagers that broke our botanic garden. Moose here. Anybody else that I missed here? Nope. This one is too... Oh, actually it's not too big, but Moose has so many. Maybe I'm going overboard. But it's also his competition, so I guess I'm gonna have to be the biggest ass licker to Moose as well. So, doing everything right here, I guess. Oh, I was gonna say, that sounds dangerous. You shouldn't watch a stream and drive. But then you're not American, so you probably don't own a truck, and you're talking about Truck Simulator. That makes perfect sense, so enjoy your trucking, right? In fact, I think Truck Sim is great inspiration for cities. If you see something beautiful while you're trucking, Chaos, you better take a screenshot and put it in my Discord. In the inspiration channel, so I can steal some cute things from ATS as well. I mean, I'm gonna have to be the single biggest ass licker in the competition, but that's totally fine for us. Yeah, it really is a bit like the first person cam in CS2. And honestly, I always say it, and I do really mean it. The one thing I'm the very worst at in this game is street layout, probably, and rail networks. And I think both of them are really beautiful and well made in Truck Simulator, especially in the ATS version. I don't know if the others are as pretty, but the few streams I watched of other people playing the Truck Sim, I thought it's actually great inspiration for that. This is the one we already had, so we want to use the other Picana ones. This one actually looks very nice here. And then we had one very small Picana one, maybe here for the back somewhere. And we have another Ponderosa one. We even have another one. Which one do we use? We use a blue... Oh, this one is gigantic. Holy. Where do we even put this? Here. It actually fits perfect. Like we're fitting everybody. We have a little space left for tags, but this, I think at least that we're gonna work out perfect. We put our judges everywhere and not get too much in there. Hold on, which is a cuboid one we use? It's this one, okay. So this is the last one we also want to use. And now, since this is a proper build-off, we will not be lazy and cheap out on anything. I'm gonna have to catch up on chat real quick to follow what the last thing meant. Oh, holy shit. Now I get within 10 miles, but you're okay. I mean, I hope you keep staying okay. Or is it still going that crazy out of there? Well, I mean, I guess while one of you is drowning, the other one has forest fires and is melting, so maybe if you guys meet in the middle, then you could have something nice there. Okay, and actually we're gonna use some. This is a pack that I really need to finish, but I never finished. But then I know Moose is gonna love this. See, this is the reason why it's not finished yet, because some of them are not optimally cleaned up. This one is not, but I can still use them for now, and we clean them up properly later. Because indeed, ploppers should unite, and zoners belong in jail. It's not optimal with red on red, but kinda works good enough for us. A small picana here. Actually, most of them are not gonna be in here, because for me this is a Twitch pack, really. And most of them are not Twitchers, but Cuboid is always in everybody's chat, so Cuboid does belong in the Twitch universe to me, even though he's a mod maker. But otherwise it's just people who actually stream that got them in here. Wait, this is green, so it's not gonna work on any but this one. And this is very easy to see. This pack is too vibrant for now, right? Like, look at this orange, it's too much in your face. It's the entire reason why I have not put this out yet. Because I could put it out and then adjust it later on, but then I don't want to mess with people's build, and maybe I adjust the sizes in a way that don't fit anymore, or the colors don't match the background anymore, so I think it matters to wait a bit till you put those out. I made these as well. They're just not put out yet. They will be soon. But it's more that when I started playing Cities, I made a lot of graffiti for all of the people who I really appreciate in the community. That's why you have a shitload of graffiti of me already, or tags or anything. But I was not into Twitch when I made all of the graffiti and tags to honor my favorite mod creators and content creators and all of that. So there is absolutely amazing people on Twitch, like really one person that I absolutely admire and I always enjoy my time in is Dava, for example. I did not know Dava existed before I went onto Twitch, so there definitely was a few people that really did deserve some nice graffiti and tags in the game that I just did not know about yet. So now it's time to only honor nice people on Twitch. Well, again though, you wanna know why they have a proper icon that does not look distorted like all of my other ones, because I'm lazy to make proper icons. because this is literally, they are 1-to-1 in format. They are literally a box, so the thumbnail is also perfect. Oh, you mean why I don't put my logo on the icons? Because I'm lazy. I don't wanna, I don't know, I don't care. If people think this is mine, then cool. If people just think it's a cute graffiti, but they don't know who it's from, also fine for me. I just made these to use those myself, and then everything I make for myself, I might as well upload on Twitch, but otherwise I don't care too much. Or might as well upload onto PDX, I mean, of course, not Twitch. See, Clovis cute. I think this is a very appropriate placement of the decals. Why is it important? Because I'm not, I don't know, I'm just here to play the game. To be honest, with all of the graffiti out there, the truth is, if you sub to my packs, then 90% of your street art tab is gonna be me anyways. And then some is you, and some is maybe Suli, but I don't know. I'm sure people figure. Maybe I should, but again, I'm lazy. In my head, it's like I take a few hours to properly add my logo in everywhere. I guess I should just automate it, but if I would do it manually, it costs me a few hours. In a few hours, I can start a different pack, and I think people care more about having nice multiple packs than having one pack with perfect thumbnails. So honestly, really, that is my entire thought process. Is a mix of laziness and a mix of bad time management, I guess. Sad that this one doesn't work properly on here because it's too tame, but I would love oh, nice, I swear. Obviously, I don't know who draw this here. I don't know who's talking good about the major, but I feel very appreciated. That's so cute of my citizens. But yes, again, no, I definitely want to know why you think it's important. Because it's not like you can't change my mind. If I very much agree with you, then sure, maybe I will go back and make proper thumbnails for all of them. I just think, to be honest, that everything in here that's additional information is polluting things. So as much as people think it's important to build big thumbnails in there, I actually quite prefer the clean and basic look of mine over some of the very overbuilt ones. Yeah, I mean, I agree, and I generally see, for me this has been a bit of a learning process, because I think all of my recent packs are pretty condensed. They are like a maximum of 50 decals per pack, really, and they're pretty much thematic, so it's very easy to mix and match what you want of them. The one pack I have that is really big is this content creator pack. I believe this has 150 graffitis, but in all fairness, that's just because there are so many good people in the community. What can I do? I wanted to honor the good and amazing people out of the cities community and make graffiti for them. And then there just is many people, so I just had to make a lot of graffiti. But I take no blame for that. In fact, you guys should feel bad for all being so good at the game and making such cool things at the game. Because all of my other packs outside of that are pretty condensed and small. And the question is if we go fully overboard here and are really motivated, because one of the things that does help the look quite a bit here is if we go in and we actually fade those slightly, or which actually we can do it only very slightly on these because we have different depth. And I don't want them to be much brighter in the inside than the outside, but yeah, we can fade them very slightly. On this wagon, we can actually fade them pretty harshly. Because this one is flat, so we can do a fading as harsh as we want really. Which I would love to do this just in the decal itself. The issue I have is if I work with decals that are too... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna fade this one first, and then we bring the other one back. Oh, that is not the decal I want to touch. What did I even just move here? Something on this side that we just fully remove. That's not what I wanted. But yeah, I could do this in the decal file itself. The issue is if I give them too much transparency, then you can't layer them as good anymore. Like this effect you're seeing here, if I do the same in the actual image, then you have no control about it. And if I don't fade them, then you can still do what I'm doing here in places where you want the look, but you can keep them more plain if that's what you want. And again, I'm probably being a bit over the top and nitpicky here, but I do think it helps the look. I'm not gonna fade most of the tags too much, because those I will touch again outside of the game and give them a bit less power. Alright. Again, the tags look way too bright over here. I don't like that, but I'm gonna fix that by touching the file. So I think we're just gonna go in and actually give this some styling, which again, I tell you all the time to check out Elgendo's stuff. Elgendo has these nice things, which I actually see that they're going under the graffiti, which is problematic, but we can just work around it. I hope your rust goes above. See, this is why fading is difficult. Because now we're trying to layer things. I cannot use any of the very extreme ones, because they literally layer bad with a decal. So I shot myself in the leg here. We can do small things like that, but I can't go all in and really layer this. Because we faded them, which again, you have to find your best way. There is only so much we can do in the game so far. I mean, this one looks fine even if it goes in here because of the background. Even looks fine there. They're a bit too harsh, too much for my taste, but I try to keep it subtle, and we're gonna go over it with like sand decals and stain decals anyway, so not too relevant if this is spot on or not. Yeah, this one, because it's curved, we need an even smaller one. I always realize this one looks fine if it gets cut on though. Again, we can do a bit more. I'm probably gonna do a second run out of rust and dirt and all of that, but I do think it's easier to see where we're gonna get to if we actually go in and get a bit closer to the look we later really want. And the reason I'm being so careful here is because I need to make sure that we're not bleeding on other things like we're doing here. It's unavoidable that we do that a little in some areas. But I at least want to try to do it in a way where it's not super noticeable how bad our bleeding is. Like here we get very slight bleeding on the outside, but I don't think it matters too much. And the reason I use a sand here and not just stains like on something that's used and just dirty is that this, in my opinion, is not something that's just dirty or used. Like this is just really, it's absolutely abandoned and uncared for. So it's also gonna be a lot more dirty than something just being slightly stained. Like it's actually starting to be overgrown and taken back by nature, kinda. Yeah, see here, for example, we get really ugly bleeding. So we're gonna find an angle in which we hit none of the neighbors and go through it like that. This one we can't really, or maybe actually with this one. Hold on, if you put this one like that. It's not horrible, it's not great either. I don't know, we're gonna keep it for now. I'm probably gonna go back and clean this up later anyways. And I still need to listen to your playlist again. No, I have not forgotten. I'm very thankful you made that for me. I just had no time, and in the few times where I had time, I was streaming, so not much happened outside of that. Okay, and time to actually stain these. We're gonna have to see afterwards and recheck if we didn't produce any really ugly bleeding. The way I do this right now, we could, if we're not careful. See, this one is bleeding on its neighbor. If we move it very far here, like this, should be fine. I actually hate one thing where I'm not sure if this is how it has to be or this is something that Triton could adjust. But I don't like that every time you snap to a different surface, the orientation of your decal fully switches. And I wish there was a way for me to decide I want to just keep the orientation I'm in and not really adjust it. I mean, especially from the distance, if we're not being super picky and close up, I think this looks fine-ish. Just looking at it, like just talking about the train and the decal work we've done here, like if you think about it too closely or pay attention too much, then maybe not optimal. But especially something like this, like goddamn, that looks perfect. We definitely want to go and also, while we are at decal work already right now anyways, go and give this. God damn it, please. Let me place it normally. But give this some dirt as well. Because again, we do want this to be the terrible teenager areas. Where probably Sunny, if Sunny would live in Los Vagos, this would probably be Sunny's favorite hangout spot. And a place where he keeps drawing on my trains and throwing things in my botanic garden. I mean, 31% truck damage sounds like you're driving more like you're playing Need for Speed than Truck Sim, but if you're having fun, then that's the important part. See, since I never played the game, I don't know exactly what that means, but I can tell you as much as that does not sound like you're doing a very good trucking job, at least. Sure, totally not your fault. It's also never my fault if my builds are not good. If my build turns out bad, then it's Chaos' fault. So, I get it. Surely it's not your fault. It's a good question, Gaga. I don't know, and I also have to admit that since in this map I have not really had any need for a tunnel. The last time I built a tunnel must be like 4 or 5 months ago, and I maybe built a maximum of 3 tunnels since CS2, so I'm the wrong person to ask. In fact, it's probably gonna be a very entertaining stream for all of you when we build our first tunnel on stream, because I'm gonna be horrible at it. And I know it's not needed, but I hate how the gray base on this looks, so whenever I see the gray base in any of those big power towers, I build them out with rocks around. In fact, I say that, and we have not done that properly in this one. Again, bad booty, this is not up to our quality standard. If there is very funny things happening in the songs and the lyrics, Elgando, you need to translate. Because while I have a... Oh, holy shit.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
Welcome in, cuties. Welcome in, Dava and cuties. How has the CS2 journey for you guys been today? Have you actually managed to build proper buses? Welcome in, cuties. See, Dava, you're gonna like this. Can you spot something if we look at this? I hope you can spot something. I have another Dava graffiti. I know I think I showed you those once before, but I have not managed to finish those. They are a bit too vibrant, I think, is obvious to see. But yeah, we're working on it. And welcome in, and cute to see all of you guys. We have been for a while now building on, well, I'm gonna go over it very quickly a little. Our cute botanical garden, where we have this. I'm gonna actually give you a proper tour and turn on camera mode so this looks cute. We have this nice botanical garden where we have crazy mooses somewhere, and yes, there is another crazy moose we all like and know, but I don't think that's him. Yeah, we have ramps around here, and cute bridges, and cute nature, and in general, just a nice vibey canyon area on this side. And then for the very brave people, you can take a slip line here. I would not trust anything in Los Vagos safety reason wise, so careful with that. but if you're a brave person, feel free to take it. I'm warning people to better not go there. We put some signs just in case. And this is the first part, I guess, of the Botanic Garden, right close to the entrance over here. We even put some nice signage for it. So, very nice. This boat, Chilka, you can get this in Suli's Discord in the local assets channel. It's one of Jay's assets. And thank you, Manir. I also do like these jams a lot, but they're not my jams. I should get no credit for this. I literally just took all tropical soundtracks and threw them in a single playlist. Because I seen City Planner played some tropical. And I didn't even watch the video, but I remembered that I loved the soundtrack of tropical, so I just took all of the tropical soundtracks and throw them together, and the soundtrack is 10 out of 10. Perfectly fits my bad, I guess, my bad corruption and run downtown vibes. But yeah, then this is the other side of the Botanic Garden, where we have a nice amphitheater, and then we have cute ruins and rock foundations here, and a nice typical classic rundown mill, I guess, that was left over. We obviously have a nice parking area for people to arrive to, and then we have the best church that should be in any city, and it's a Pluppers cult, which everybody should join the Pluppers cult. If you zone, you're a sinner, so don't zone, guys. Give in, start loving your build, and go plop. And then we have a cute vineyard over here, where I guess fancy people like to hang out and have a nice wine, or maybe go on a nice book reading or something. Whatever floats your boat, really. Los Vagos has it all to offer. And then here is the backside of the vineyard, where there is some actual proper small industry going on. Not much. It's a small vineyard. People don't work much in Los Vagos, but kinda. And then we have this area with some weird old leftover ruins and some nice cafes and gazebos and a nice park to hang out around. And here we have our nice, I guess, main resort and restaurant in our botanical garden. And for the kids, we have a nice play area up here. And because we're big, very big on safety in Los Vagos, obviously the playground for the kids and our bear cave are not very far from each other, because I like our bear and I like his chicken friend. So I don't want him to eat the chicken. I would rather have him walk over there and eat one of the kids. I really like chickens, please don't judge. I also like kids, but I like this chicken a lot. It's a cute chicken. So we have our cute bear cave here. And then I guess we have this actual main attraction and arch of everything. And our main hall of the botanical garden down here with a cute chipotle next to it. And you could, if you want to, even go into our botanical garden. And it's actually kinda detailed in here. I don't know, I'm a bit obsessed. Me and detailing is like Dava and trains. It's a love relation that is so obsessed that it's getting a bit awkward. And thanks so much for the follow, Manir, and the compliment. That's very cute of you guys. And then we have this, which is, I guess, some artificial planted typography piece for our botanical garden, because you guys know I love graffiti and I love street art, but obviously I can't really graffiti in a botanical garden, so I had to get art here some other way, and this is what we did. And we have some small meeting area with 2 cafes up here for the people walking a bit. And last but not least, we have this kind of pathetic effort on trying to build a Pueblo town, which I'm still not sure if I like this or not. It's not horrible, we're gonna keep it, but it's also not a proper Pueblo town. And we have this, which originally I wanted to be a meteor crater, but I decided after El Gando gave me a great idea to turn it into a nice meteor museum instead. So we went with that and turned it into a meteor museum. And then I guess the last two big things are our nice watchtower to enjoy the view of our botanic garden. And then obviously by the song or by the stream title, you could guess, we have this area where teenagers are meeting to drink booze and smoke things that are clearly not supposed to be smoked. It's not my fault. People just like the devil's lettuce. I'm against it, but I can't stop them. And yeah, they do graffiti here and all kinds of things. And we've been kind of finding our way through this area. And I guess that is what we've been working on in these last streams, really. And I hope I can finish this properly and then use this for the Moose Park competition, because that's why we've been so going so hard on this, and maybe have a chance at least not getting last place. And since for once, Dava, I know I'm a horrible streamer, and in general I always mess up. But for once, I've been trying to better myself a bit to shout outs. And I don't say this because Dava raided me, and that was very cute of him. But I say this because I wholeheartedly love hanging out in Dava's chat and enjoy my time over there. So if you guys have never watched Dava before, Dava is an absolutely amazing, mainly city streamer, not only city streamer, also some variety in there. But generally mainly cities, and goddamn wonderful city streams, and not only wonderful city streams, but also man is slightly attracted by trains, I guess. So if you're a train head, you belong in Dava's chat. Well, and I guess ad break, so I'm gonna shut up and just for once build something proper. And then after the ad break, talk again. Oh, hold on, actually we wanna do some of these. I'm always in Dava's chat, like wholeheartedly. Like obviously, when I don't have time, I don't manage. But if I'm home and I'm bored and Dava is streaming, then yeah, I'll be in his chat. I'm not allowed to take any favorites because I don't want to hurt anybody else I'm watching. But so I'm not going to say anything more than this. But maybe I said too much already. This one actually looks really decent if we just lower it really far, and then it actually looks a bit like debris from the train crash. And for once, SaveryBot has actually been on time and told us about the ad break when it was actually happening. And yeah, the issue is, Dava, I'm a lot newer to streaming, and I'm a lot worse at streaming than you as well. And I have two mods. One of those mods is my cute girlfriend that I guess don't really watches me beside rarely, and has me running in the background while watching something more interesting than her boyfriend play a boring city game. Or it is Michael, who is an absolute great guy and a great moderator, but also man just got in his first kid and bought a new house, so he has not been really around, so I have nobody to rely on. So I'm bad with shoutouts, trying to get better with them. Random. We don't want all of the rubble, and we're gonna have to have a quick look. I think we actually might wanna use the mixed one as well. I think mainly we're gonna use this one. The just wood one I don't like, but the mixed one looks very decent. And if you not ran off and are already eating Dava, how did it go with buses? Because honestly, you did something today that I will also have to do very soon. My bus networks in this city are a horrible mess, and I should redo my entire public transport infrastructure, which I'm kind of looking forward to, and also kind of not looking forward to it. I mean, you redoing the trams, because it is a rail, I'm sure they turned out very fabulous, but I'm curious about how you manage your bus networks. I'm actually curious about that. If you would look at, because you know so much about US infrastructure, is there many round bus lines in the US that like circle from start to finish point, or is it lines usually, like with a start and an ending, somewhere different? Because I think so far pretty much every single bus route in my city is a circle, and I guess that is not very realistic. I'm gonna have to check your Vod out, honestly, because you always say so much things that I learn a lot in your chat and know better what to do in my build. Yeah, I guess. I mean, that adds up. With my trains, I also don't have any loops, because I'm aware that you don't usually have loops for that, but yeah, for the buses, I should definitely find something like that. And what else do we need here? Like we have trash, we have graffiti, we have a rundown place. What else would horrible and pesky teenagers do? I guess maybe we can. Maybe we can trick something here. Can we just lower this very slightly to remove the blanket but keep the alcohol? That would be sick if we place down some teenagers here later. If we can have the wine. It's too far. Oh, here. That is perfect. I guess it's a little too close to the fire, but that does actually allow us to place booze here. I'm a genius for once. I'm not a genius. I got dropped on my head a lot when I was small, so not much left there. But for once, I figured something that actually is a good idea. The only thing is it's a bit tricky to find areas where the blanket doesn't poke through. Yeah, that 1 pixel we can live with. It just looks like dirt. But yeah, holy shit, this actually gives us some assets that we would never get otherwise. Please let me get this in a proper angle, because this is beer cans. This is perfect for teenagers. Yeah, actually, you're right. Broken glass. I'm definitely gonna use your glass decals here as well, and your trash decals and all of that, of course. But I'm just looking for some more just normal props as well, because I imagine later we're gonna put a lot of teenagers around build a fire here. So having some bottles and cans around this is actually 10 out of 10. Even a cooler here for... This is gonna turn out even better than I thought. Because honestly, I always miss things like this. And usually you can't really use a blanket well like this, but since we have a slight terrain in here that angles, here we can turn them in the right direction where we keep the prop but then delete most of the blanket fairly well. And this one is a bit too low, but still good enough for the illusion. Yeah, this one does not work too well, and this one's also not gonna work too well. That's fine, honestly. Alone this, I'm loving it. I did not think we have anything proper for that. And then now we have this layout a bit better. We want to go back in and take the trash random, which is probably my favorite single prop in the game. Because teenagers don't respect my cute botanical garden. And they behave like absolute assets in here and just trash everything. Yeah, man, have a good night, Chaos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, actually, maybe we don't want to take the trash random, because some of them are really good, but the card boxes I don't really like so much. In fact, we want mainly this one and this one. These two and the lower two ones, they are perfect. And again, I'm very sad about my cute botanical garden here getting ruined like this. I'm not at all pro anybody putting their trash in any nature. But what can I do? It's teenagers. They have no respect. This fits so well here around the fire as well. Even there, but I don't want to double them up so close to each other. We can put this one up here in the front. And then I do think this is slowly starting to become an actual vibe. Because yes, I do think this is trashy and like not nice, but it's still kinda cute and romantic, like a teenager hideout spot. Which again, I just want stuff to look alive and realistic, and realistically, yeah, teenagers don't, or sadly, a lot of adults neither, but don't always clean up after themselves, so areas like this are sadly sometimes gonna look like this. I guess especially in the US, at least from my long time ago travel memories that I have, especially in southern US, a lot of places are so trashy. Holy goddamn. Well, see, I would love a mattress. We don't have a mattress, or at least I believe we have no mattress, do we? The sofa we can actually try, because we have those. I think they're gonna look a bit too tidy for us. But maybe if we decal and let them overgrow a bit, we can get that to look right. Because yeah, I agree, sofa would be super cool. Honestly, even multiple, like the teens that stole old furniture to have a even nicer hangout spot. This one is not bad, to be honest. I think this one, if we decal that a bit up, okay-ish. But I'm not sure how we're gonna decal this up a bit because it's in a bit of a weird position. And as ridiculous as this is, I think this is actually the funniest. Can we get this to be somewhere proper? Huh? Is this not the absolute most romantic place to end your first date on? Do you feel attracted already? Huh? Is this not the absolute drinking a Bud Light, then going to McDonald's and having a few beers here afterwards to end your date in this absolutely romantic scenery? I don't think it's horrible. Yeah, the question is, how are we gonna get this dirty? Because while we have a lot of decals that will work on these, since we have so many different sides of this, we are gonna have trouble to not look really silly and bleedy with our decals. Oh, this is actually already not terrible. Oh, this is, in the bottom it's perfect, the way it is so subtle. In the top it is a bit too much. How do we get this right? Maybe like this, and then... Yeah, the top I can't get as substantially. I need to be really careful here, and we need to check, maybe we're bleeding. We bleeded on the ground a bit. That is fine. Do we bleed on anything where it looks bad? Not really. Actually, I think this is wonderful. Again, we have to check if we're bleeding anywhere weirdly else. I think this works quite well and was a great idea to put sofas here. I mean, in a different place, I would say we need a proper bathroom and put it here, but the teens will just go behind the trains. That's where the bathroom is, of course. Looking at Los Vagos, I would say teen pregnancy are fairly normal in Los Vagos, so probably not too little. And see, this is probably something, because I know you're Canadian, so you have flawless English, while I totally don't. I don't know what it means getting the crabs. I guess getting an itch or an ick and feeling hurt about it. But that's a saying, I've never heard that way before. Which obviously not your fault, but me not being English, so my fault. If Elgando, we would have a toilet without anything, then I would take it. But then, to be honest, I think this is too fancy already. The portable toilet we have, like this, would be in actual well-maintained areas of the botanic garden. But in an area like this, there is no toilet. It just do wherever it fits, really. Honestly, I'm pretty much happy with this. I think I'm gonna start and unusually early start putting people here. And we want to make sure that we have exactly 5 male teenagers, because this is the judges of the moose competition. Does this look like a cuboid to you? Maybe cuboid ever had a face reveal, I don't know, but this is gonna be cuboid, clearly. Maybe this could be, well, no. This is Picana as a kid, obviously. Well, I mean, I guess in Canada it's not too unusual. And maybe City Planner Place was a real sleek and cool guy when he was small. This, obviously, City Planner Place. Now we need moose and we need poplar. If you guys see somebody that looks like it could be moose, and if you see somebody that looks like it could be poplar, I need you guys to immediately scream. Why they do have the all horrible sunglasses? These could be poplar, maybe? It's poplar, and now we're looking for the last gentleman, and it's Moosey. Honestly, I think Moose had funky hair when he was younger. So this is gonna be Moose. This is our 5 judges of the competition that do bad things, that trash my park, that draw graffiti everywhere. As you can see, Picana drawing everywhere, Ponderosa trashing my park, Cuboid making trouble. Like, all of this is horrible. And I'm sorry if I miss a lot of messages during the raid. I'm sure I have, but I'm a bad streamer and I'm not used to getting that many messages at once, so I'm sure I did. For example, now I'm saying Cuboid. I do know Cuboid messaged something earlier, but I overread it because it was too many other people, so I don't know what. Because yeah, we're gonna obviously add some more teens here. We don't want it just to be the 5 of them, but the 5 of them are obviously the biggest source of evil in here. And they obviously would have people doing weird stuff, like climbing around on the trains and on the rocks and stop spinning. I hate when this happens. I don't know why this happens sometimes lately. But sometimes when I rotate stuff, it just keeps spinning like crazy. Turn you, okay, stop turning, nice. One here. I guess maybe of one back here as well, and I think that honestly is pretty much all the sims we need placed here. I don't want this to be too full. Oh, I guess here up in the sofa. And with this, I am actually quite happy as a rundown teeny area. I think I am very happy with this, actually. Because then, if we're done with this, I think now we're really just gonna go over everything in the botanic garden and fix up some very small and slight details and add some animals, add some sims, and then afterward probably start recoloring rocks, which I'm already not looking forward to and is probably gonna be too late for today, because I'm gonna use the time right now and take a quick short break, because I have not taken a single break since I started streaming. So I'm gonna head to the toilet and grab something to drink real quick and then be back with you cuties. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna send you guys on a nice police patrol, which I always put my sim speed to half speed, because then it looks a lot better in the And with that, enjoy your nice patrol. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, roughly. See you soon, cuties. Bye-bye. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, abrupt ending of the too much, but we just click on import, and yes, I have quite a lot in here, so need to find botanic, and then it is right there on a single click. It's what back? Maybe my internet died for a second. I don't know. Was I gone? Maybe my internet has been as unstable in these last days as it's never been before. But I'm fine. I'm sorry, I don't know where the issue was, but I hope I'm back. For me, on my side, it all looked fine, so I'm not sure what happened. And thank you so much, Glitchy Kai, for the follow. I hope I did not butcher that too horribly. I tried my best, probably did not succeed with it. But yeah, we want this, and then the second thing we want to do, because in this one I actually took the effort, which we don't usually do, but I think it looks very nice if we go into the photo mode. And we turn the mode during the night. Then we get those nice spotlights on top that turn on and light out the botanical gardens, Los Vagos. And I think is a very cute small detail, so we're gonna keep repeating that for all of our other signage as well. And yeah, thanks so much, Gaga. Have a wonderful night. I'm gonna go a bit longer, but I also can't wake up too late, so in an hour or half an hour I'm also gonna jump off. But thank you so much for tuning in as always, and have an absolute wonderful good night. Good enough. Alright, same thing here, and then obviously we wanna do this one last time, and wanna also do it here. Yeah, I guess Gaga is indeed melting, because we had like 30 degree here today, and goddamn, I was already melting. We think Gaga has been having nearly 40 lately, so poor gentleman. Alright, good enough. The actual thing, I was wondering if should we make a logo for this as well, maybe. But I don't know where to put a logo on this properly. But then thinking about it, if this is a like meteor museum, yes, we should probably also make something that I can put on this with right everywhere. Because like this, entirely without sign, it is a bit weird. Well, maybe actually we can fix it, and if we take this one, this is not what we want, but this one is right next to it. This I've been using for every, like, not attraction. The attractions usually get those boards where you actually read something about it. But this is telling you what is coming and where you're going into, so we definitely do want one of these here. And yeah, I guess my internet keeps dying because Seribot now says he's here, and I should have been streaming the entire time. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe it's my internet dying. I'm very sorry for that. I don't know what's going on. I've been having a bit more internet issues lately. Generally, I don't have any, so a bit unsure what is the issue, but very sorry. And then yeah, the rest of this is also not really lit up during the night, but I do also find that correct. Like, I do want the church to be lit up, and then the parts of the vineyard that matter. And I guess this plaza could get some light, and then the amphitheater also needs some lightning. But the entire rest, I do wanna have plain, actually. So we're gonna go in and have a look at the lights and see which one we find the most fitting here. Which I think is gonna be this one. This is usually at least my favorite lantern. In this color, I guess, and then the question is, where do we put them? Maybe one each up here, one here. Because I don't want this to be super lit up. I don't want this to be bright or anything. I just want people to be able to attend a nice concert, or like we have right now, some dance performance here, even if it's late in the evening. So yeah, it needs some light. But I think for the stages, probably something like that is good enough already. One here, and I guess we should put one, maybe even two. One here and one here on the walkway. This is something we actually fairly rarely do, to optimize things even for the night, but then for this one I do think we have to do so. And I'm still a bit weirded out, because yeah, definitely my stream has been cutting 6 minutes ago, because my stream says I've been online for 6 minutes, which not accurate. Again, very sorry for that, not sure what happened there. And then the question is how we light up this, because I also want this to have some light, but preferably I would want this to have some, maybe some spots like this for the middle. And then maybe even some actual spotlight on the stage, but we'll see that in a moment. I actually love the way this shines onto... Well, I believe it's from a graveyard and we are misusing it, but the look of this is still cute-ish. And then the question is if we also want something like this. I don't like the look of the pole, to be honest. I do think we need something like that for the lighting, though. Or something like this, if we just put it here. Is this too cheap? I'm gonna try this. I think we're gonna go in and delete this. I actually don't hate it. Maybe we're gonna keep it. It looks a bit weird, but it's doing exactly what I wanted to. So I wholeheartedly don't hate this. I do think we're gonna keep this. One thing I notice is that we definitely want...
Place an electricity box.
One more here. That's not something you need to tell me twice, because yeah, actually we should go... We place some in this area already. But we should go more into the back of the park as well and place some there. And I play the game so rarely during the night. It's actually a kind of pretty game during the night, especially this. I'm loving. Like, that's actually really cute. But he's not listening. He's literally telling him to overtake and go in front, but he isn't. One here, and I actually do think we even maybe want one set here and then in the very top. And then since you wish for that, we should actually go into the El Gando road as well and place them there. Here is actually perfect placement because we're ending with the power lines right here, so it makes sense to have that next to it. And I love these here because I did find the roundabout a bit too empty prior, but that spices it up nicely. And then let's have a look. We have, yeah, we actually have here and in the bottom. The question is, do we also have some here? We do. See, and those were all, I believe, also your redeem, Elgando. So you literally equipped our entire botanical garden properly with lightning. Very nice of you. Also, careful for a second, guys. I'm gonna turn off the night, so you guys are gonna get flashbanged. Sorry. It is done. No more flashbang. And I think with that, we are gonna start with a real fun and uninteresting part of placing a few sims. And then I should go offline pretty soon as well, because I do need to hit the bed. Or hit the bed, head to bed, and hit the bed. But yeah, I want to have some more life down here, especially in these market stands. I definitely want people to be around and have a good time and be shopping. And she is a seller. Obviously, we need a guy that looks like he would sell you hot dogs. So I'm not shaming, but we need somebody that's a bit more sizable. This seems like a sir that would sell hot dogs to you. And we need some people that actually want to buy the hot dogs. This is something I said 1,000 times in my streams, but I do think, and you don't want to go entirely over the top. Actually, for here, I think 2 already are enough. But that queuing people in places where something is going on is very much underrated and should be done a lot. Like here, for example, let's have a group of kiddos that buy candy together. Oh, this sir is an absolute unit. Holy. He is gigantic. And now with this, I always struggle to get this appropriate, but we are gonna, I'm gonna actually do it different, and we're gonna move him up, but we are gonna try to put somebody in there as a seller. Did we? Yeah, we did miss that up. Look, you can see his shoes. I hate it. Okay, that sucks, because deleting sims is complicated. Or not complicated, but I will probably delete some of the kids we just placed as well. Because you can only delete in a radius. I'm gonna try to manage to... Oh, did that? Yes, that actually worked. Okay, nice. We kept everybody, but removed the guy we wanted to remove. And for a second try, and we're gonna actually use him in front. This keys would be correct, and now we move him where he should be. And now we shouldn't be able to see shoes. Nice, okay. That is exactly what I wanted, and then we want a seller here and some people, and then we have what we want. And obviously we don't want everybody to float. But yeah, he indeed likes Santa, like with a grey beard and such a gigantic, absolute guy, yeah? And I'm actually kind of happy, because yes, while I say we're done with the botanical garden, there is a lot more work we're gonna do, and like place more stuff in the nature and place people everywhere and stuff like that. But otherwise, we are at a really solid point by now. And I even off stream, not that tidy, so maybe we have to redraw some, but did redraw all of the pet passes, as you can clearly see, that can see some usage, and they do see some usage. Obviously not very often, because there is not much reason for people to walk through here, but as we can see, looking here, we do have people walking through our botanical garden, which I am very happy about. And every time I do this, I wish so bad we could sit down the people. Like, it really does feel wrong to just have these people standing around everywhere. But I guess can't have what we want is not a thing, so we're gonna do this. And yeah, mate, have an absolute... Oh, wait, Elgando, do you have 3 more minutes? Only 3 more minutes to answer the question you asked earlier. You asked how wide the net lanes for the tram should be, right? And the optimal would be a bit wider than the actual tram track, in my opinion. Because I would love to use them in areas like this, where you have a bit of a side to it. I could measure this exact distance for you, but then the issue is maybe that's not fitting for other people, so I don't think you should match it to what I'm doing and just do what you want, and I can correct it for the width I need. But I do think you should keep in mind that it does not only need the track width, but it actually needs some width around the track as well. Not too much, but a little framing at least. And with that, have an absolute wonderful, wonderful good night, and thank you for tuning in, mate. Bye-bye. Or I guess for you, not good night, but the end of work and going home. But then have a nice evening. For me, it's gonna be good night real quick, because I'm starting to be tired, and when I'm tired, I'm even more silly than I usually am, which I know are hard to believe, but it is possible. So I think after we detailed out this plaza with some people, I'm gonna find somebody fun for us to raid, and then send you guys over there. I actually was planning on raiding Dava, because when I went online I saw that he's streaming, but it happened the other way around, so I guess that's not happening. See here, I don't want this to be too dense. I actually need to pay attention that I don't overplop people. Because generally Los Vagos is very dense and it's a lot of people everywhere. But then this is a botanical garden that obviously is not going to be as overrun as more central areas. So yes, we do want this to be alive and we do want people here, but not as dense as usually. So I think this is probably totally fine and enough. Because especially in this area, we do have a lot of actual moving sims that walk through everywhere as well. So again, we don't need to overdo it here. I think that's perfectly fine. And since that went so fast, I wanna also plop people here real quick. I already started, as is easy to see on this stage. And this is sadly a bit infuriating, because when you have snapping on and you do snap on something, you can't turn the sims. So if I want to adjust the rotation between them, I always have to go back here to the ground and then go back up, which again, not optimal, but it is how the game works, so we're gonna have to work with this. And this, I say it every time I play this person, this is my favorite sim in the entire game. This guy does so much business. He probably if you talk to this guy for 1 minute, he's gonna tell you about crypto and Bitcoin 25 times. And I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it, because that guy makes more business than you ever will. The question is, how full do we want this? Do we want this to be actual pretty overrun, like during a full audition? Or do we keep it somewhat empty and tame, like we have it here? I guess maybe a little more, but then I don't want this to be fully... fully plays with people. I guess something like this is probably kind of fine. I don't know, the more I think about it, the more I think maybe we should actually plaster this full with people and have this, get some proper arena atmosphere in here. I'm a bit undecisive. Thank you so much, that's very cute of you, and I think it is a big compliment, and that this gives you tropical vibes. You want to know why this is, because we're listening to the tropical soundtrack, so that this is, or not the tropical soundtrack, I literally just took all tropical soundtracks and threw them in a single playlist, and we're listening to the soundtrack of Tropico 3, 4, 5, and 6 combined. So that this gives you tropical vibes is very understanding. And yes, also my entire build is pretty inspired by the vibe of Tropico and a corrupt major, which I'm surely not corrupt and I'm innocent, but the city is pretty corrupt and people say it has a corrupt major. I, as a major, would totally disagree, and I'm surely not corrupt, but yeah, the tropical vibes make sense, to be honest. But yeah, thank you and welcome in. Well, I guess ultras, though it, at least in my head, from the way the stage looks, this is supposed to be a dance performance or something. So I guess this is dance ultras, which seems like a scary kind of people to run into. But yeah, I like it. And also welcome in, Roxanne. If anybody is thinking about building an amphitheater or something like themselves, the stairs and at least most of the assets we're using for this are made by Metzger, a dear friend of our channel and great streamer and builder himself. And if you go on PDX and you Google for, I believe, amphitheater or Colosseum pack, something like that, then you will find the same assets and can build your own cute amphitheater. Well, see, of course, I'm a disappointment, so I shouldn't say anything wrong. But I'm not that much of a disappointment. Of course we have a radio station. One of the very first things we build in our city is this cute radio tower and station up here where, well, it's Los Vagos. People chill on the roof and have a good time. Also, hold on. There is something here that I see I don't like. Because these should all be deleted because we want people to sit here in a roof and have a good time. But yeah, people are sitting here, and then we have the main radio station of Redneck Radio, where of course we broadcast absolutely unbiased news about the city of Los Vagos, like lowest unemployment ever, best major ever, least cases of accidents and miseries. In the past, there used to be some critics of my major work, because some people in my city said that this palace that we have here is a bit too big for our very small and rural city, and maybe our government should use money for asphalt roads and upgrade our dirt roads to asphalt instead of building a gigantic palace. But then, I don't know what happened to people, but my critics have suddenly became very silent. We did have a few accidents in Los Vagos, which obviously as a major accident in my city, they make me sad, they hurt me, they don't bring me joy. But then, for some reason, nowadays people don't really critique my politics so much anymore. Because, I don't know, this is another guy. People say somebody must have cut his brake wires. I don't know. I did not cut his brake wires. I don't know anybody who would cut his brake wires. So in my opinion, this has just been a normal accident, really, right? And I'm not a bad major, right? Like, I'm clearly, you see, where did we put it? Now I need to find it while talking about it. Oh, where did we put it? We put it somewhere here. Here, see? People in my city, they go out and around and they write things like "We love our major" on the walls. Surely I did not buy myself a big text marker and I sneak out of my palace in the night to tag this around everywhere in the city. I would not do that. I'm the major, of course. What a terrible idea. But yeah, thanks a lot. Big compliment, and hope you enjoy yourself here. Welcome in, mate. And I hope I gave you a good and proper introduction of our very uncorrupt and well-behaved city. Actually, up here, oh, I hate that we always have to go back down to the floor to play stuff, but here we actually want to play some people looking at the stuff. And then I'm a big fan of placing people in raised positions, like these stairs, for example, because I do think it adds a lot of life if you put people in spots where obviously in real life people would walk up those stairs or be in a balcony and something like that. So big fan of utilizing those spaces to also plop down some people. I do think it makes a big difference. Talking about that, obviously we should add some VIPs up there, because obviously that is gonna be a very expensive spot to watch from. Does she look rich? I do think she looks kinda rich. Future soccer mom inbound. So she is definitely up here in the very good spaces. She also looks wealthy, so they can be here and drink champagne together. And actually, maybe we need to find my favorite sim again, because if there is anybody who, yes, if this guy is not in the VIP lounge, I don't know who is. Obviously, man, our big businessman is standing up here, looking down on all of the poor people who did not mine crypto 20 years ago. And he's not looking down on them because he's above them physically. He's looking down at them because he knows he's better than them. Kinda how I'm looking up to all of you guys in my chat. Because I know all of you guys are a lot better than me. The one thing I still cannot decide on is how full we make those stands here. Like, how many people are attending a nice dance performance like this. Is this too little? Should we place more people on the stands, or is this somewhat appropriate? Honestly, I can never decide with these kind of things. I think maybe it's getting there. I don't want it to be super full, but I do think I know what I'm doing wrong. Because what is wrong about this, and something that keeps not fitting properly, is that there's no groups. Like, obviously, people would go to a dance performance not exclusively as like groups or couples, but then yeah, I guess the majority of people attending things like these are here not alone, but with other people. So yeah, we should definitely go back in and add a few more people. That looks way more real. Not only because I do think, yes, we did need a bit more, but mainly I do think really this looks more realistic because we actually have groups in there. In fact, we're just gonna place adults for now, but we also should add some kids in there with the families at least as well. Honestly, this could be like 100 times faster if we would not have to go down to the ground to turn the sims a little. But again, nothing I can do about it, so this is what we're gonna have to do. This one, honestly, I'm starting to be very happy with. We're gonna even put 2 more here, because I guess these seats are very nice spaces, so they would be full. And then this is perfectly fine for me. Then maybe we place one turn. I hate the way the turning works since the last patch. Place people walking here as well. Maybe a second guy walking the other direction, and then we finish the other stages. Yeah, I do think this is 100 times better in comparison to those lonely people just standing here by themselves. So very much upgrade to before. So we are gonna do the same here and couple up people a bit, add some groups in there. And then again, we're gonna do a second layer of sims. This is the most dense place in the entire botanic garden. We're never anywhere else in the park. We're never gonna place these many people anywhere, so don't be worried. The rest of the park is gonna be quicker to place sims down. In this, it's gonna be a bit boring and finicky. And I know people always say, oh, I just want hang around areas and all of that to work properly. And I don't disagree, but the way this game works right now, there is no way we could ever get a working hang around area in terrain like this. Obviously, we would wish for more animations, though. I wish I could place some people down that are vibing a bit and celebrating and having a good time, but we're just sitting down like a normal person would. But I guess we can't, as much as we also can't get a cactus. The one thing I wish for even more would be having a goddamn cactus. And some of the models, I don't know why that is. Like, if we look at this woman, for example, and I noticed this with quite a lot of the hair of people, and I hate to use those models. She looks fine close up, like she has a normal haircut, but then as soon as we zoom out a bit, she looks like a skinhead. Because I guess it makes sense, technically, that haircut she has a very bad LOD, so long distance model, I guess. But it's so weird, because then this haircut, for example, perfectly fine, even at this distance, as well as close. And you really need to pay attention when placing sims that you don't on accident take those horrible looking ones with the fading haircuts. can we be finicky and not only place people in here, but be really finicky and manage to place people in a way that you can see them out of the window? See, this is not... Oh, actually I'm snapping off. I was gonna say I can't snap to this, even though I'd like to, but I can snap to this if I'm being less silly. Can we actually get into the model somehow? Yes, if we place him somewhere there, maybe that's not horrible. We're gonna have to have a look at this from the outside. I mean, I guess that's not exactly the look I was imagining. I actually want somebody who's like standing like that. I mean, I think it's also that the layout of this house does not really make sense because the floor is way too high for where the windows are. So I guess we're gonna give up on this idea from a very few angles. Maybe you can see it, but that does seem like I'm going a bit overboard on the details there. And is anybody else streaming Cities right now that my viewers appreciate and regularly watch? Because the moment we're done with placing people in this amphitheater, so like 5 or 10 more minutes, we will have to find somebody to send you to this to. Honestly, this turning, going to the bottom thing is actually tilting me more than it should. But we are pretty much done with this stage as well. Again, I want to do a really quick second layer of people on the stage. Just kids, and I don't want there to be so much kids here because it's a dance act. If you go to a dance act and you don't get a babysitter and bring your kid, then really that's your own fault. Oh, not teen, I actually want proper kiddos, so the size difference is easier to see. Even he brought all of his friends because Mama invited. And he as a kid, and maybe there is one kid over here and one kid up here, and that is perfectly fine for the stage already. What, again, I asked you before, but I'm still uncertain. What do we think about the density of this? Is this the correct density? Now we have groups and kids and everything? Roughly, right? Alright, enough kids for there as well, and then at a very few ones here in that last stand as well. I do think the last stand is the most full out of all of them, and I do think it also looks the best. It's also deeper than this one especially, so makes sense. I'm gonna revisit it. But I will have to go to bed no matter what, so place this, and then here we don't really need people. We want somebody here, and we want some people out here in the stands at the start. And after we done that, I'm gonna find somebody to break. And again, I hope I manage to stream again soon. I will have very little time during the end of this month, so I hope at least in the next week, next 1.5 weeks, I will manage to stream a bit more than I usually do. You guys know I don't stream on a schedule, so if you enjoyed what you've seen, best thing to catch my streams if you're not terminally online on Twitch, I guess, is joining my Discord, which you can get when you type !Discord in chat. And I always ping there before I go online. Otherwise, I guess Twitch notifications are fine as well. But I personally don't really notice Twitch notifications much if I don't get pinged in Discord. So I prefer being in people's Discord, so I get pings when they go play. But whatever works for you guys. But if you feel like it, I'm always happy about people in my Discord posting nice screenshots. So feel free to join. And with that, I think we're gonna save, which you guys need to pay more attention with me. The last save we did is literally 2 hours ago, and I would have tilted off worse if we crashed. Because I don't like autosave. I think autosave makes my game more stable, but I should pay attention to saving a bit more than I did today at least. So gladly remind me if I have not saved in a long time. And with that, I'm gonna pull up Twitch really quick and see who we can raid. Cosmic is playing Cities. I think we are probably gonna raid Cosmic, because there is other people who I very much appreciate, but none of them is playing Cities. And if possible, I like to stay within the same category at least. Oh, actually there is somebody else who I've never seen before. The question is, do they play with zoning or do they play proper cities? Because I know that most of my viewers are not the biggest fans of people just zoning. So I think I'm just gonna take the safe route and gonna send you guys over to Cosmic. And with that, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the 2 raids to Shilka and Dava today, and thanks for everybody who followed and has been having a good time in here. And with that, I wish all of you an absolute wonderful good evening and good night, and hope to see you soon. And thank you so much, and bye bye. It's counting down. 3, 2, 4, awkward silence.